evening, folks. Pull up a chair. The world's gone strange and we don't care. A chicken drove a pickup truck. A goat won mayor by dumb luck. A squirrel escaped with stolen cash. A UFO landed by the trash. If it's weird, absurd, or slightly confused, you'll hear it first on iBooger News. Welcome to iBooger News tonight, where the strange comes out in broad daylight. The headlines stink, but the laughs are free. It's the weirdest place on your TV. From Bigfoot dates to alien shoes, you can't make up these crazy views. The world's gone nuts and we've got proof. Welcome to iBooger News. The facts are weird. The people are weirder. And we're just getting started.
Welcome back to iBooger News, the show keeping an eye on the weird stuff, because apparently regular news just was not strange enough. Tonight we are heading straight into Sunshine State, where one man allegedly looked at a septic tank and saw opportunity, another allegedly treated a target like a high-speed pit stop, and one ambitious traveler apparently decided airline employee credentials were more of a suggestion than a requirement. And just when you think Florida man has reached the limits of human decision making, somebody allegedly tries to steal a medical helicopter that landed on I-75. So grab a snack, secure your septic tank, and keep your boarding pass where it belongs. This is iBooger News, where the headlines are real, the decisions are questionable, and Florida continues to audition for its own reality show. Let's go and get weird. The Great Septic Tank Heist. Florida man looked at the septic tank and apparently thought that would look better in my driveway. Dateline, Deleon, Florida, March 2026. Authorities say a man made not one, but two attempts to steal a septic tank from the construction site. The first plan reportedly involved a Toyota Corolla, which, as everyone who has ever seen a septic tank would tell you, it's not a vehicle designed for hauling one. So the alleged thief regrouped, upgraded the operation to a rented U-Haul, and came back to finish the job. Surveillance video reportedly captured the whole saga, and authorities said the case involved the septic tank plus thousands of dollars in electrical equipment. This was not criminal mastermind. This was a man whose first getaway vehicle was said compact sedan, and whose target said large underground poop container. When your crime requires a rental truck, a second attempt, and the theft of something nobody wants to clean, you may be overcommitted to the bit. The next story: the Porsche, the doctor, and the Target run. Why shoplift like a normal person when you can allegedly drive in a six-figure stolen sports car and make the whole thing look like a rejected episode of Grey's Anatomy, Grand Theft Edition? Dateline, Jacksonville, Florida, January 2026. Jacksonville police arrested a Florida doctor after she was accused of taking over $2,700 worth of merchandise from a Target store on River City Drive. The arrest reported identified the charge as grand theft. The headline got even stranger because reports said she arrived in a black 2024 Porsche 911 that had been reported stolen. Authorities had not publicly confirmed whether the additional charges was followed in connection with the vehicle. A Porsche 911 is built for speed, precision, and apparently pulling up to target and make questionable life choices in high performance. Somewhere, a target loss prevention employee had to say, "Yes, boss," that the suspect left in a Porsche. And our third story tonight: the fake flight attendant frequent flyer program. Florida man discovered the airline industry secret employee perk, free flights. The only missing detail was being an airline employee. South Florida, June 2025. Federal prosecutors said Tyron Alexander posed as a flight attendant to book free flights through the airline systems intended for pilots and cabin crew. A federal jury found him guilty of wire fraud and entering a secure airport area under false pretenses. According to the Justice Department, Alexander used false employment information, including airline names, badge numbers, and hire dates. Prosecutors said he flew free on 34 flights with one carrier and booked more than 120 free flights overall between 2018 and 2024. He apparently treated fake it till you make it as an airline loyalty program. Most people earn frequent flyer miles. This guy allegedly earned frequent federal charges miles. And the final story of the evening, the I-75 medical helicopter attempt. Florida man saw a medical helicopter land on I-75 and decided that emergency aviation was apparently on his new ride share option. Dateline, Hernando County, Florida, June 19th, 2026. Florida Highway Patrol said Riley Farrer allegedly lost control of his pickup truck on northbound I-75, struck another vehicle, and overturned into the woods. 2 people in the other vehicle were seriously injured, and a medical helicopter landed on the interstate to transport them. Troopers say that while first responders were preparing the victims, Farrer ran toward the helicopter and attempted to get into it. He was stopped before he could take off because apparently the pilot did not appreciate a surprise passenger with no flight plan, no medical credentials, and no business near the rotor blades. He was arrested on allegations of including burglary of an occupied convenience and resisting officers. These are allegations, and he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty. Most people see a helicopter and think, that's impressive. Florida man thought, I wonder where the keys are. This is why emergency crews cannot have nice things. And that wraps up another edition of iBooger News, where Florida man continues to prove that common sense is not a requirement for citizenship, driving, flying, or apparently stealing a septic tank. Tonight, we learned that if you see a medical helicopter on I-75, it is not your emergency Uber. A Porsche is not a disguise. A flight attendant uniform is not a frequent flyer membership. And if your big criminal plan involves stealing a septic tank, you may need to sit down and rethink every decision that brought you there. The links of all of tonight's stories are down in the description because, as ridiculous as these headlines sound, we did not make them up. If you enjoy the weirdness, hit the like button, subscribe to iBooger News, and ring the bell so you never miss another headline that makes you ask, why would anybody do that? Until next time, stay safe, stay weird, and try not to become tomorrow's headline.
Well, that's the news, and what a ride! We lost our sanity worldwide. A duck stole pizza, a cow wore shoes. Just another day on iBooger News. Thanks for watching. Don't be late. Tomorrow's headline will be even more strange. Until next time, here's our views. Stay weird, my friends. From iBooger News. If it sounds too crazy to be true, we'll probably cover it tomorrow.